Hello, everybody. And I know we're probably, you got my back, I got the back to the sun, so it's just like a black image right now. But if you can see behind me, maybe you can see the lighthouse. I think so, anyway. I think that over my left hand shoulder, this shoulder here, is the lighthouse. The sun, no, that's not the lighthouse. Let me move around and see if I can get, now. Wait a minute. Let me see. All right. See that tree right there? Right beside that tree right here? Right there is the lighthouse. It's not very big. We're not real close. It's like that's Lake Michigan behind us. So I know it's going to be kind of a weird thing tonight, but here's what the deal was. We our campground that we're at has no internet, no TV, no internet, no nothing, and we wanted to come on anyway. So we're down here at the beach. They call the beach
Somebody asked where we are. We're
there, Manatee, or not Manatee, but Manatees. It's M-A-T, Manistee, Manistee, Michigan. We're leaving tomorrow morning for another harvest host in Michigan, the central part of Michigan, and then we've got to be in Mackinac Island or Mackinac City Monday, and then we're going to Mackinac Island Tuesday, and then up to the UP. So we're excited for that. We wanted to come on, if nothing else, and talk for a little bit. This is the first day we've actually had sunset near the lake, so hopefully we can even share a sunset here because it is.
No, we won't share a sunset.
It doesn't get dark here at 9:30. The sun doesn't go down to
Siri, what time does the
9:30.
sun go down tonight?
Let's see what Siri says.
9:30.
9:30 the sun sets. That's amazing, isn't it? I love the summer and I love daylight saving time. I know some people probably don't, but I do. But we're going to talk a little bit and we'll see how this works out. I know, like I said, I know I'm dark, and hopefully we won't bother the people if there's around. There's a few people here and they probably wonder why we're talking. I'm talking so much or talking to my computer, but hey, it's all good.
Arizona's 110.
Wow. Let me tell you something that happened to me. Was it yesterday?
Yes, it was yesterday. The poor old man.
I had a senior moment yesterday. I was walking and taking pictures up here. It was raining, and I was on the little drawbridge, and I looked down. I could have sworn it was straight across. I thought, man, that's weird. Drawbridge straight across here, and I stepped off about a 12 to 18-inch step, and just like I was walking in midair, and I tumbled onto the street right in front of cars. They all stopped, and you talking about feeling stupid, and I was very lucky.
You don't realize it, but you bent your glasses.
Did I bend them?
Yeah,
My glasses went flying, and so did my
I can see
my
it 'cause I'm
camera.
looking straight on.
My camera is a Nikon camera, and the only thing it did that was it busted
They
the
said the
hood.
audio is terrible.
Yeah, I know the audio is terrible, but we're outside and the wind's blowing, and it's the way it is.
I'm trying to tell you.
I got, like I said, I wanted to be out here on Lake Michigan today since I guess we could go sit in the car, but my computer will not last that long if it's not plugged in. So what I did was, and it's not plugged in now this second, but as soon as it gets down low, I'm gonna have to plug it into a inverter I have out here, and the inverter will allow me to be on for a little bit. But anyway, I took a tumble in the street. I hurt my ankles, my wrist, my back, lower back muscle right here, and my shoulder and my neck up in here. But and my arms really hurts bad right there. But it was just good Lord took care of me that I didn't have any broken bones. That was just it. Now, what are you looking at me though for?
I'm just looking at you because I love you.
All right. So anyway, we're going to cover a few of these missing people while we're here, and hopefully the wind will calm down, the mic will get better. I wanted to tell y'all about some things and show you. Missing people have been around, for years and years, and other cases, but they've had some crazy disappearances. This is one too that I thought that was really crazy. This is a musician in 1969 named Jim Sullivan recorded an album called UFO, which featured a strange lyrics where he said about leaving his family, being abducted by aliens. Sullivan disappeared 6 years later without a trace, the only piece of evidence being the abandoned car found on a desert road. So maybe the UFOs got him. I mean, you hear lately that the Navy pilots have took pictures of the UFOs uh, in the air, so we're not real sure what they are. I've seen some crazy stuff on night shift, so that's all I'm going to say. This place getting crowded. Another one says 19. This is another one. 1978 pilot Frederick von Linstick and his plane disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Last radioed, he had a strange aircraft hovering above him. So, hey, that's all I'm saying. And then, of course, we remember this case, the Marilyn McCann case, age 3, discovered on an evening, disappeared on an evening, May 3rd. Now, this is the one that the parents left their baby inside the apartment in Portugal, and while they went out to eat, which is about the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. There's no excuse for that. No excuse. I don't care what the norms are. You can leave a baby in there and go out to eat. I don't leave my dog without making, Roy Greiser, the American district attorney originally assigned to the Sandusky case, disappeared mysteriously in 2005. His laptop was later found in the river, and his hard drive is missing out of it. However, they did find a hard drive, and it could have been it on the banks of the river. I understand several years later that was too messed up to be read. They tried everything to read it, but that was the district attorney assigned to that case. That was the coach that got in trouble up there, Pennsylvania or something like that. And this Jim Gray, a Microsoft scientist, and he won the Turing Award. San Francisco. He disappeared on his sailboat. Near the. I'm hot. You're not hot out here with the sun on you. You need to be over here because it's hot out here to me. And his boat and him were missing. They were never found.
Well, what did he leave San Francisco for?
He was sailing to scatter his mother's ashes around the certain island, Farallon Islands, and reported missing. Failed to return later that day, despite one of the most rough, thorough searches and rescue missions. Neither his yacht or him were discovered.
Said, yep, you know too much, you're disappeared.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now this is one too. I thought I saw just the other day. I checked today, and she wasn't as I know of found yet. Authorities in Montana are searching for a 23-year-old woman that set out on a hike and now has been missing. Set on a hike Thursday and has been missing since. Tatum Morrell, I guess it's Morrell, hiked out to the West Fork trailhead that afternoon, July 1st, a Carbon County Sheriff's Office said the trailhead is located in the south central Montana near the Wyoming border, and she disappeared. Now, this is the thing that we have talked about this before, that a lot of people are fishing, I guess. We talked about it before, that why hike alone, or if you do hike alone, why not hike with some type of GPS thing that would go off if you should fall down and get hurt. The main thing is, nowadays I don't think anybody should hike alone. That's just my Just my opinion. I want to get the White House in my
Okay,
view back there
that's
again.
fine. I don't want to be in the view. Melinda said, "Did you hear about the woman hiking and was pulled out of her tent by a bear and killed?"
Yeah, they killed the bear too. I understand. Yeah, that was bad, and I wonder if she had anything. I thought it was out of a hammock. Actually, I read where somebody was attacked out of a hammock, and which I thought maybe somebody had been leaving food out. You know, bear's gonna go around camps if you start leaving food out. You know.
Heck, remember that video of that bear that got in that car?
Yeah,
in
there was a video
Gatlinburg?
I saw where a bear got in a car, tore that car slap up trying to get out. He accidentally shut the door on him, so he's trapped in there. He tore that car up. Finally, the guy that owned
It
the
was
car
a new van.
ran by and opened the door real quick and tore out running, and he got out. It says her here, she was an avid hiker planning to hike to the top of 5 mountain peaks in the area. She had an orange and gray tent set up in the Shadows Lake area. That is that middle thing is not the same thing. That's just something that appears on the thing. She was not found yet. Red Lodge Search and Rescue is assisting the Carbon County Sheriff's Office in the search for her. Authorities are asking for anybody that may have seen her out hiking to call, no matter what the contact, just to find out, was she acting funny or anybody with her. And I want to tell you, my wrist is still sore where I fell.
Well, you're getting old. What can I say?
Hush. You're right there with me. Okay,
It's,
what is this?
It's the wind, I believe.
It's the wind. The wind's out here on the beach.
And we've got something. We've got
terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. It's
We got-
terrible. We
yeah.
got something plugged in too here that's making some noise here. This 120 watt ever starting thing. You sent me this picture.
Well,
Who is this gentleman here?
He's a 14-year-old boy.
Okay. Detroit Police Department missing. Help locate a juvenile, Cameron Watkins. Watkins last seen Tuesday, July 6th of 2021, approximately 1:20 p.m. He left his residence and has not been heard from since. He's 14 years old, 5'7", 120, 130. Dark complexion with twist in his hair. I think they would call that braids, but I'm not sure. Maybe twist. He's wearing a white T-shirt and with a bear on it and blue jogging shorts. And also says anyone seen him or know his whereabouts to call in. And this is him again. I guess that is twist in his hair.
You wouldn't love the beach right now, Chrissy. It's cold.
And,
is there anyone else around y'all?
Let's see. There's about 3 or 4 around us, and then there's some guys on
Why,
the
you
bank
see
there
somebody
fishing.
over our shoulder we need to watch out for?
Are you around us?
Hey, do you see anyone around you? Turn around and look. There's somebody coming at you with a gun.
Okay, this is missing in Michigan. This is Amara Hall. She's 16 years old, missing 7/9 of 2019. Contact Trenton Police Department if you see her. I tried to look around for people in our area.
Well, that's who.
That was last year though.
Well, I know.
I tried to look around for people in our area that maybe feature somebody, and the ones I saw were real old cases, or they wasn't in this
Okay.
particular
I'm
area.
gonna airdrop you.
Okay, in this area.
Yeah, I tried to see y'all because we didn't have internet. I couldn't airdrop it. Let me turn my Bluetooth on and airdrop it because I had found some. I got low battery. Okay, 10%.
Low battery on that.
Yeah, I got low battery on this too. Y'all, that's bad. Bluetooth is on. Okay.
We're ill prepared.
No, it's not that we're ill-prepared. We just couldn't. That was me sending you something. This is another young man. This young man's missing. I looked up several from Detroit.
Hold on a second. We're not in Detroit though. I'm talking about this city
This is
itself.
Detroit, Michigan. I said missing people in Michigan.
What about this city itself? Have you
Y'all.
looked for this city?
No.
Well, look at this city and see if you see somebody
Okay.
missing.
It's waiting on you.
It is kind of chilly out now. The sun went in.
It's waiting on
It's
you.
I got I'm doing this downloading if I can ever get it to do it. But how many of y'all see that lighthouse over this shoulder, right above my finger,
Why don't you walk
right
it out there and show it to them?
there? Can y'all see it, or does it just look like a stick sticking
It
up?
says it's waiting on you. Here's the show what you got.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. All right, this is Detroit. Police help us locate a juvenile, Demetrius Waters Jr. Reported that Demetrius last seen Friday, June 18, 2021, his grandmother's house located at 1540 block of Ferguson. Excuse me. He left the location, hasn't been heard from since. He's 13 years old, 4'11" to 5 foot, 110 pounds, wearing green and black jacket, white Adidas pants, and green and black Air Force shoes. Demetrius in good physical and mental condition. Anyone knowing where he's at or has anything to do, notify the Detroit Police Department 6th Precinct or
All right, now
Crime
here's the picture of
Stoppers.
Here's the picture of him. Ready?
Ready. It's overcast again. You believe that? It's going to turn out cold all night.
Got his picture?
Hold on just a minute. I can't get his picture to come in here.
I'm fixing to lose y'all.
Yeah, we're fixing to lose everybody. Let's see.
I love
It's
the sound
loading.
of the waves.
Can you hear the waves? I don't hear
You can't
anything.
hear. Let me see. Nope, nothing in your ear.
I tell you,
She hears crickets.
one of the prettiest towns. It's downloading. I'm not forgot about y'all. One of the prettiest towns that I've seen in Michigan, period, and absolutely love it, is South Haven. This is this gentleman that's missing.
This is the boy that's missing, and his grandmother says
He doesn't
that
look
he's a good
13.
kid. No, he does not look
He looks
13.
a lot older than 13.
Oh, there! I hear it now, Melinda. That's weird.
Yeah, that is a cricket right around us.
I just now started hearing it. Hey,
That is
Brittany.
right around us. Yeah, and South Haven, Michigan. Beautiful, beautiful little town. I mean,
It's a
unbelievable.
tourist town.
It's a touristy town, but it is absolutely beautiful. And every time, the day we went, it was exceptionally warm, and there were people everywhere. It was packed. And
Tell
they
them
were
about the ice cream
all
shop.
playing.
We did not get to get ice cream.
Yeah,
at.
there was an ice cream shop called, what was it called? I don't know. It was an ice cream shop. It had a line out the door from every time we passed it. Every single time it was a line. I'm talking about probably an hour wait.
Barbara Doll had
And,
a home in South Haven for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look, there goes a ferry boat. Can y'all see that? I probably can't see it.
Do y'all see the
You're in
ferry
the way.
boat? Let me see.
He's in the way. See it right there.
Let me take a picture of the ferry boat.
So anyway,
That's a fishing boat.
is it a fishing boat? So, yeah, it's kind of windy out here right now, as y'all can see. I'm trying to read y'all's comments. Oh, yeah, we went to Bumbleberry Farms in South Haven, Michigan, and we spent the night there at Harvest Host, and I made a bumbleberry cobbler. So I videotaped it so that Tommy can put it up on the RV channel or the cooking channel so y'all can get that recipe. It turned out gorgeous. And somebody hit us up on Instagram and said that they were in the same campground we are, and they happened to be cattywampus across from us. So I took them 2 bowls of the bumbleberry cobbler so that they could try it. So I'm gonna move so he can come back and sit down. Sit
Go
down.
ahead. I'm trying to
No,
take a
come on.
picture of this boat going across there.
Okay, Helena said now she can hear us. Yes, Melinda, I'm gonna make you a cobbler one of these days. Melinda, we got to do a detox sometime. Hey,
We're talking live on the internet, so that's what we're doing.
we're
I'm
not, we're not
sorry.
talking to the air.
We're not talking to the air. We're talking to a bunch of folks.
So
But
anyway,
yeah, it's it. I think the issue is today is people have been cooped up in the house, been raining for like 2 or 3 days, so
gracefully,
they're
we did
getting
not
out.
give the dogs
They're getting
cobbler.
out.
Tommy would be very angry with me if I gave the dogs his cobbler.
Yeah. Now we did it. We said the other day on Tuesday that I don't know if all of y'all were here, but we had to carry Daisy. Daisy. Wow. Had to carry Maggie to the vet. Uh, what day?
When we were in South Haven.
Yeah, we had to carry her to the vet. She has a urinary tract infection, and they've been giving her antibiotic. Dina's been giving her antibiotics every day, and
Twice a day.
twice a day. And if you don't know, she's got a way to do it. Our little dog, you could wrap it up in bacon and sauce and everything. That dog knows it's there and he's not eating it. I'll have to force it down her throat. But Maggie, she puts it in some type of.
Yeah, but she bit into that thing this morning and the pill fell out, and then she was not going to take another one.
Really?
Yeah, she said
Did
no.
you get it in there? Did you get it?
I squished it in real good, and I said, Gracie's going to get it, and I give it to her, and she swallowed it.
Yeah, usually it's some type of meat thing. It's got a hole in it. You put your peel in
Yeah.
there, and she throws it in
Yes,
there.
that's what it was. It was Sherman's, and every
Yeah.
time
Oh
we
my
went by
gosh,
there,
that place was packed.
there was a line wrapped around the building.
So we didn't get to go to Sherman's and eat any ice cream, although I heard it was the best. But scoot over next to me. You're blocking. You were
Put
blocking
a
the
drop
wind
of
from me.
apple cider vinegar in the water. In what water?
In what water?
What do I put apple cider vinegar in? Whose water? His water?
No, I think you're talking about Maggie's for urinary tract infection.
Oh, Maddie. That's a great
Maggie,
idea.
Maggie, not Maddie.
Maddie said it. Maddie, if that's what you're talking about, is putting it in Maggie's and Gracie's water,
Yeah,
then that would be a good idea.
yeah.
I don't like.
Well,
look,
we're
okay, dog's water,
it's the
Do you think it helped put it in Tommy's water?
I don't think so.
Tell him about your friend, the policeman. That
Yeah, we were back in the back of our investigations thing one day when we were talking about apple cider vinegar being good for you, and that you're supposed to take a teaspoon of it a day. And one of the sergeants there, he misread it and he drank a 8-ounce glass of it. He was sweating, was pouring off of him. It was unbelievable. It was crazy. Hey, listen, I did go back and read today about the Summer Wells case again, and I read where they've had over 850 tips, and that the sheriff and the FBI have said that they don't believe she wandered off now, and they don't believe they're killing that theory. And
if any of you have the
they,
picture of her that was taken supposedly at 6:06 on June 15th, is it? Yeah, June 15th.
with
Something
her
like
brother, or
with her
something.
brother. Somebody sent us an email and said there's something strange about that.
Yeah, I would love to see that picture.
Okay, I'm gone.
And
I can't
also-
read y'all's
yeah.
comments anymore.
And also the picture supposedly of her with her sleep with her head on the milk that they was taken. I'd love to see that picture also. If y'all could send that to our email there, the missing livestream at gmail.com. That would be great. And also, if you have not gone over and subscribed to and I hate to keep preaching this, but I have people all the time say, I didn't know you had another channel. Go over and watch this, the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. We are doing a lot of stuff on there. And what are we doing?
I pulled it up on my phone so I can read their comments.
Okay. But we're doing a lot of stuff, visiting a lot of good places. And of course, some of them may not interest you, like when we get solar that's on there, but the next video might. So And we would really appreciate it if you go over and subscribe. It does help our how YouTube looks at us, and so all we want from you is just for you to subscribe. So we would appreciate it if you would do that. It is getting chilly out
Barbie
here.
doll, thank you.
It is getting chilly out here.
I don't like the taste of apple cider vinegar, just to be honest.
Oh, I don't
No,
know what
it's
that
good for
boat's doing, because it went out and now it turned around and it's coming straight back
Well,
in.
it may be too big. The waves are crashing.
Now, there's a little waves out there. My little fishing boat could have took that little ways when I went out. I ought to show them that picture of Denise.
Yeah. They had a board meeting this morning about the budgeting to pay all resources in her searches.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that that the local searches are going to go on too much longer at the full pace. I think the investigative portion is going to take over, because I heard there's the 4 girls that are on 4 psychologists that are on the profile cases and stuff. I heard they said that now it's just what I've been told, that the parents didn't look like they were lying. I personally think that that's the way that if I was running the case, I'd be looking at the interior exposure to the people around the house, whether it's her, the parents or not. I just cannot see somebody coming up a circular driveway and snatching somebody when the mother was supposedly gone for 2 minutes. There's a lot of questions that I have. Now, I may be wrong about it. It's really my opinion. But
Somebody asked, because there was like 15 dogs and some puppies there. But somebody asked,
how could somebody come up to the house with 15 dogs?
Somebody said, that could the dogs have attacked her? But you would think
they
they
wouldn't
would have
drag
heard
her
the
off.
screaming and stuff.
And they wouldn't drag her off too. I mean, dogs are not going to drag her away, like when Barry said a lion could have dragged Suzanne into the woods. No, I think this is going to come out to be. I think it's foul play for sure, and I think that it's going to be closer to home than a lot of people would hope. But I just can't see her disappear. It's just like I looked today and to see if the what's that? The Orson. Are they dancing? Well, that's James Taylor playing. It's I looked at the Orson twins case again today too, to see if there was any type of leads. There's nothing there on that case either, and I'm sure that I'm positive that a lot of things are being considered there, and it's probably around the home front. So, but Tuesday night somebody said, "Well, I think if they thought that as a parent, they'd already be in jail." And I said, "Do you remember Barry Morphew? How long they waited it took to get all the evidence?" So, a good investigation where there's no, like, she's not been found, there's not a body been found, there's not any direct evidence, nobody saw them do it, then it's going to take, that's Seals and Crofts song, but it's going to take a while for them to do it. You just can't, especially if nobody's talking. I'm wondering if they've got a lawyer, if they've lawyered up. That's what I wanted to know. But does anybody know if they have hired an attorney, or because I'm sure that the people are that are running this case or want them to go on the news more, want them to talk more. If somebody knows something, I just think it's not.
Well, one of the nieces said, we got an email that said from somebody that said one of the nieces said that Don had been sexually abusing her from the age of 4 to 10, and that he went to prison for that.
Does anybody know if his record was that? I didn't see that in his record. I mean, I haven't seen the actual record, but it's been reported he had domestic assaults, and he did have several felonies. and stuff. But retired Melinda said, nope. I I don't. I think personally, I think they need to look closer to home.
The Wells niece said between the ages of 4 and 12, she was sexually molested by her aunt, and it only stopped when he went to prison for 10 years. She said the whole family is shrouded in secrets and will disown any member who talks about them.
Well, if she's making the comment, she needs to go to the police and
she
and
even
have
gives
that
her
do
name.
it. And also, here's the thing. Here's the thing is, like we talked about Tuesday, that whole family is clannish. And what I don't mean Ku Klux Klan, I mean it's a clannish type of mentality. They don't talk to outsiders. They don't talk to the police. They don't talk to anybody.
Said he didn't go to prison. I thought he did go to prison.
My understanding, that's where he said he found Jesus is in prison. He said that himself. So he did go to prison. I just don't know for what for, I don't know what it was for. I know she had charges for drugs and domestic type stuff, but supposedly he did go to prison because he said that's where he found Jesus was in prison.
Amanda, we're coming to Wisconsin the end of next week. We'll be in Wisconsin for a month.
Yeah. Try not to be biased. Yeah, I don't hope I'm not being biased. I just looking it through retired law enforcement eyes, and I think there's a little bit, theft and aggravated assault, okay. I just think that it's too much, it smells funny. That's all I'm going to say. I think it smells funny. I think it's going to take a long time for this case, and I hate it, but I think it's going to be a while before they arrest anybody. I hope they I'm sure that with the FBI involved, that they're looking at all. Oh, cannot you silly? Okay, sorry there, Melinda. I smell a rat. Yeah.
Well, I got some chocolate cheese coming for that rat.
Yeah. Y'all ever eat chocolate cheese? I know you're up here.
You got ADD tonight.
What?
You got ADD.
Dude, I got ADD tonight.
I must have rubbed off on you.
Yeah, you got OCD. You cannot stand to be.
That's OCD is not what I have. OCD is what
ADD?
you and your daughter have. OCD.
But you got ADD.
Yes, I said I rubbed off on you.
Yeah, because
or
you
whatever.
can't stay
Look,
on one
go back
thing
on
at a
this
time.
thing.
Okay. Yeah, you said can't wait to go to the market. Chocolate cheese, absolutely.
Yes, chocolate cheese, TS. And I'm telling you, they put walnuts in that chocolate cheese, and it is just like eating fudge with less calories.
I think that
yes, the wind is strong tonight.
There's things. Okay, all right, says I think you're biased that there are things about. I don't think you're biased. Things about the story that screams bad has kept her in the basement to say I hope someone isn't doing that. I think the basement. I heard that she slept in the basement with her parents. That's what I heard, and also that they used the basement as a playroom. But the whole house is 790 square feet. So I don't know. It's a small, very, very small house.
Juke, I sure hope cheese is less calories than fudge because I sure eat a lot of chocolate cheese. I buy it at the public market, Jude. I go to the public market in Milwaukee. Our daughter lives right outside of Milwaukee, and that's where we're headed.
I appreciate that, Christina. I think personally that there's a lot of rumors out there, but there are also some things that I want to know. There's a lot of rumors, but there's also a lot of things that I want to know why it's happening. Maddie having a separate conversation. Okay, Melinda.
No, she was telling Helen because Helen said she didn't think you. That's how people get their feelings hurt, is because they think like BS left because he thought that we were picking on him because he said.
Well, no, I think he left because of our stand on your stand on.
He left
let him-
tonight.
Oh, he left tonight.
He left tonight.
Why?
And that doesn't have nothing to do with me. You gonna blame
Okay,
me for it.
who left
Y'all
tonight?
don't let him blame me for
Who
it.
left tonight?
BS.
BS.
BS left tonight. You can go back and read it later.
Okay.
He just said, I'm out of here. I don't want to be shamed.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not shaming anybody. Y'all can shame me all you want, though. Y'all don't shame me, so I don't worry about it.
If you're going to hurt my feelings,
This,
give me a week advance.
Well, I've said this before. We had a thing on our wall in our docket room that said, if you get your feelings hurt in law enforcement, you're in the wrong business, and that's true.
Okay, do you think that 40 plus sex offenders in the area is high compared to similar areas? Honestly,
I don't
Amanda,
know. You
in
look
this
at-
day and time,
It will shock
they're everywhere.
you. It will shock you if you look at sex offenders in your area where you live. It will absolutely shock you. But at the same time, and y'all don't get me wrong when I say this, they sometimes classify sex offenders, in my opinion, it's pretty lenient the way they do. They'll classify you as sex offender
If you dated somebody
if
2
you
years
dated,
younger than
right,
you.
or if they've had, if some of it is pretty minor, but
Listen,
but it's still, a lot of it is when they've done stuff that they're not qualified. I mean, they're not labeled as sex offender. They probably should be. So
when we pulled up sex offenders in our daughter's zip code in Atlanta, we took her a gun, a baseball bat, and some knives.
yeah, there is a lot of sex offenders out there, and what you need to do is go into your area and pull up sex offenders within 2 miles. That's all you got to do, and they're everywhere.
This hair is a disaster.
You haven't seen the video analyzed by Jules. I did see the video. Jules analyzed the video.
Analysis by Jules.
Okay, but I mean, what video was
I think it was the one of the mother and father being interviewed by the news. It's not setting for 3 more hours.
it? Okay. It's cold out here now. I'm getting
It's
cold.
8:20, 7:20. Their time.
I have not seen it. But sure, you can
No.
do that by video and stuff, but I want to be there.
I think they just put them up there and label them sex
Isn't sex?
offenders.
No, but a lot of times what they will do
You can
is
click on the
put
name.
what crimes that they've been convicted of. Like it'll say sex with somebody under the age of 12, or they'll say statutory rape, or they'll say rape of girls under the age of 12, or rape period,
Or brutal.
or brutal,
That's-
or something
like
like
that.
that. Jewel of Thought YouTube. Okay, well,
It's Chile and Holland,
it's
Michigan.
chilling. I'll tell you what.
They said
Give
it's
us-
Chile and Holland, Michigan.
Give us 5 minutes of craziness on this film, and we're going to get in the car and finish this out. You don't want to do that?
No, that's fine. I'm a big girl.
You just stay right here?
No, I said I don't.
We'll just stay right here.
Lick your nose off.
It probably wouldn't be good to do that anyway.
Y'all know the sheriff at Wisconsin Sheriff's Department made a briefing and played a video concerning Summers cameras. No, I didn't. And gave permission for everyone to use it. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
There's a dark spot. There's a dark spot on the side of her head in the car photo.
Yeah, see, I mean, I'm not seeing these
Okay, well we need to go to that.
thing. I will do it today. The problem is earlier today we have no internet where we are, so I'm having to bum internet off of Dina, and
If it works,
if
and I
it
can't get
works
on there
half
if
the
he's.
time.
But
Tomorrow I hope we'll have
we
better
can't-
internet.
we can't
Oh,
be gone.
today it came out.
We
Okay.
can't be gone very long from Maggie right now because of the urinary tract infection because she has to go out a lot.
Yeah, so we're trying not to
Hit and miss.
stay in for a certain amount of time. Tell you what, if you will take this right here,
Okay.
and my camera. Can you keep the camera? Yeah, unplug that. if you take my
We're
camera,
going to the car, y'all.
it is
Give
freezing
Give
out
us
here.
just a few minutes.
Here,
We're gonna go sit in the car.
Yeah.
Y'all can come join us in our car.
I got to carry the battery. So y'all, here we'll just. This is kind of gonna be weird because I don't edit these videos. I got a car battery in my hand. That's what I had to do this with. Oh, if you see the lighthouse right there.
I was gonna clean that out some for you, but I can't. Got that bottle of water.
Give me just a minute, guys. Do you have my camera? Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a lot better. Okay, then.
Hey, you didn't know Tommy could carry all of y'all at one time, did you?
Oh, what did I do? What was that? My camera? Dina? Oh me. Where's my camera at?
It's back there. It's okay.
Okay. Y'all still with us?
No, they left.
Okay. I believe the case is tried and the other little boy who went missing. My opinion, I believe his case is tied to the other. What other little boy, Melinda, are you talking about? I understand there was a little boy, but wasn't he found dead? Wasn't he found dead though, the other little boy? And
I gotta go
you
find
dropped this now. Then it dropped the camera. What are you looking for? What happened?
Just talk to him. I dropped a cord somewhere.
What cord?
The cord to my phone. Just go. Talk
Okay.
to him.
So anyway, didn't the other little boy come up missing? They found dead somewhere. Maybe it was Xanular Harlerson, autistic. Yeah. Do you think that there's somebody? They keep bringing up this truck that they're looking for. What's this? This truck that was seen in the area. This is another thing. They say there's a picture of that truck. I would like to know, or would like to see the picture. I don't know what picture they're talking about, picture of the truck, but I would love to see that picture and find out. And so, do you think, Melinda, or do you think that the Wells girl was kidnapped? Here's the one thing that I'm seeing about the picture of the house and the driveway. The driveway looks like it goes all the way around the house and comes out. It looks like it's one set of property that if you come up to the house, you've got to. You sure you didn't drop it in here?
I did.
Okay. You come up to the house. In other words, if you come up that driveway, you would have to be going to their house and nowhere else. And if the mother took 2 minutes to go outside, and I've heard everything from that she went to help her mother put a brace on her knee to somewhere else, then wouldn't she see somebody coming up the drive? And why would the girl leave the basement? And if I was going to come up there and do something illegal, and of course I'm trying to think like a criminal, but how would you know anybody's in the basement? How would you know it's just too many. How would you know? How would you know there's somebody in the basement? You got 20 dogs in the yard barking and everything. Surely, I know if we got one dog, Maggie and them, if they start barking in the middle of the night, I don't care where we are. I'm getting up to look out the window and find out what's going on.
Well, I usually have to wake him up first. Guys.
Well, yes, but what I'm saying is, even in our other house, we were looking out the doors, looking out the windows. When we lived on our farm in Tennessee, when the dogs barked, we got up and looked out the window to find out what was going on. So that, I just can't understand that.
Okay, I'm back.
Said here, true crime rocket scientist has a man taking photos from locations Candace went to that day. He is pretty good. Okay, I just, there's just too many ifs. The biggest thing for me is, if she did go in the basement, what would give somebody the idea that somebody would come in the basement and take her? How would they know she was in the basement? There's too many what ifs. And the fact is, the driveway looks like, if you come to their house, you come up that drive, you're coming to the house so somebody can see. Now, the truck, I understand, somebody told me that the truck was seen on a game cam in the area. So it could be a poacher. It could be somebody just pulled up beside us in a golf cart. It could be a poacher. It could be somebody in the area. It could be somebody, could be somebody did something. But I still get, the question to me is, if they went to the house and took her like the daddy says, then how would they know she was in the basement? And here's another thing too. Don't you think it's kind of weird, and it's kind of like even a Freudian slip, that she says it smothers me? That to me was huge. I've never heard that before anywhere in a sentence by anybody talking about being upset. It smothers me. I've never heard it anywhere. And how she always uses the word was, she was. I don't get it. Do you realize I got that camera been going the whole time?
What?
I can't. But that's all right. I wish I was facing the sun. I should put a time lapse out there. But anyway, we're getting back on something else. Excuse me. It just, it's just too many things but too many things out there for me to say, it's nothing. And I just want to, and I just want to also, Medina's, she's typing on my iPad, so it's coming up under my name there.
That's Thomas, what I just said. I'm
Thomas Green. It's just a lot of what ifs and how ifs and
Helen said,
like
once
this.
you see the video of Summer in the car, you'll be more disturbed.
Yeah, if and where could I see the video at? When she was asleep in Grandma's truck, and the picture taken of the milk. That's C-Red.
There's a C-Red
SUV behind them parked. Melinda, also, somebody said everybody should look at that picture, that it was really eerie, the picture, but
with her head on the milk cart.
With the head on the milk cart, and kind of, but I don't think that's super bad. If I got a headache, I always have my head on something cold, but I don't know. And too, here's another thing too, and it may just be the country, because people live in the country, they do things different. While you're waiting on a prescription to get filled,
do you go to the creek?
There's a creek across the road, and Mama takes her down there to the creek to swim in the creek while she's waiting on a prescription to be filled. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Did you look what gracefully
said? Alexander's mother also threatened to whip on a YouTuber's creator's butt, who's wanting to
help with the case. Okay.
Down in the empty seat next to her. Hey. I can understand some of them. I've never had that done. I've had some weird comments, but never somebody threatened me. Yeah, why didn't she lay her down in the empty seat next to her? Yeah, that's exactly right, Melinda. And it's just very strange. And mother's acting in the video. Yeah, well, no, the mother, when the mother and the father were interviewed by that news person the other night, and we covered that. She didn't look like she was acting. She looked like she was stoned,
Or
but
high
or
on something.
high on something. I saw a weird picture today, in fact, and I took a picture of the. I mean, I didn't see a picture. I took a picture of it. Um, there's you know how people put these signs up, "Sorry, we're closed," and it says, "Sorry, we're stoned." Sorry, we're out, we're stoned, or something. Because I guess Michigan is
Hey,
got legal marijuana.
hey, let me tell them about what I saw yesterday that made me.
Yeah, this is weird too.
Okay, so yesterday I was waiting on Tommy at the gate of the campground, and I looked up. Now it's drizzling rain, and I saw this bald-headed man walking out of the gate, holding the hand of a little girl who looked to be about 3 to 5 years old. And she looked back a couple of times, but anyway, he took her across the street to some woods. And I got out and I asked one of the security guards, I said, what is over there across the street? And he said, it is trails. And I said, okay, like, are they trails that people take, kids and stuff on? He said, oh, yeah, they take their dogs, their kids and everything. And I said, I just saw something very strange. And I explained it to him and explained to him about how we do this YouTube channel and how he's in law enforcement and everything. And I said,
had been retired.
Yeah, retired. I said, it just looked weird. And I think it is. But y'all, there was another video and I was trying to find it to give it to Tommy to put on here for y'all to watch. It's a new thing that's out where the kids, if they're in trouble, something's going on, it can be a woman in trouble, it doesn't matter. If they get the chance and they walk by someone and they knock whatever's in their hand out, and as the person that's taking them continues to walk them, they hold their hands behind their back and they do this behind their back. 444, 555, anything like that. That's three numbers. It just tells them that they need help. I thought that was really good.
Hey, if I need help, I'm hollering.
Well, okay.
But anyway, yeah, the mother always looks stoned. I think the purpose because lie detector testing isn't considered valid. The person is high. Not necessarily, Jude. The lie detector test can be fooled if you're high, but it's not always. It sometimes it gives you it can give you a reading. Like if you smoke marijuana or you take a downer type or take a Xanax or you take something like that, what it does is it lowers your breathing, your heart rate, your blood pressure. So, and these things that a lie detector or a polygraph does, you have when you sit. I don't know if you've ever taken one before, but I've taken many of them. You've taken them for training and stuff like that in jobs, police jobs. You always take them. But you have a thing across your chest that measures your respiration. You have a blood pressure cuff that measures your blood pressure, and you have another one down here it tests your sweat glands. It do all sorts of stuff. So if you take a pill like that, what it does is, or an opiate, you tend not to sweat. You tend not to be, even if they ask you something, it keeps you from having a reaction. Not that it doesn't work. It just lowers that. So, but they got a question they ask you too in the polygraph. They say, did you take anything that's going to try to mask this polygraph?
Okay. Kay Miller said, in Louisville, Kentucky, a man stole a 5-year-old girl off her bike. The neighbors saw and called 911, plus they gave chase, caught him, and recovered the girl. He drove a red vehicle. See? So it could be.
Yeah, it could be, but, this truck supposedly was a maroon truck, a maroon truck with a ladder rack on the back. And they're not saying that he's a person of interest. They just said they would like to talk to him, possible witness. But I'm sure it was seen in the area. I just cannot get past the, all right, let's just say it was the guy in the truck. I want to know these things. How did he know that she was in the basement playing with her toys when she had been in the front yard? All right, let's just say he was watching from the woods. We're going to give him all of these advantages. He's watching the house from the woods. He sees the little girl and he sees her go into the house, into the kitchen. He sees the mother leave. How does he know that she's in the basement? How does he get by the kids in the kitchen where they entered the house? Wait a minute. How does he get by the kitchen where he entered the house where the boys are and the boys didn't see him? How does he get her out of the house without her screaming? How did he get into the house without the dogs going crazy? How did he get across the lawn or even the back of the house without being seen? How did he know that somebody else wasn't in the basement with her? It's just a lot of stuff I can't get past. How could he get in the basement? I mean,
there's a basement door.
Yes, but was it locked? And how did he know if it wasn't locked?
Well, the father's saying somebody came up here, grabbed her, ran down the hill, threw her in the car, and took off. That
don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You know, and I can't get past all these things of how did he know? You know, that's what I want to know.
Melinda, we will. She said for us to go to her Facebook page and watch the video of the little girl 6-year-old being kidnapped and chased and arrested.
Did they beat him up when they caught him? The citizens? I know some places they probably beat you up if they caught you. Yeah, they could have known the dog might have known the guy.
All of them?
Well, you know, it's like this, you know, when they caught, I saw a document on the Son of Sam the other night, and when they caught the Son of Sam, or no, it wasn't the Son of Sam, it was the Night Stalker. He got caught, the Night Stalker. Some citizens caught him, and they beat the dog out of him before the police got there. But
he was begging on him, begging
for the police to take him.
Take me out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got some. Even if it was somebody that knew, how did they know that she was in the basement? Because it wasn't like she went in the house and immediately went to the basement. She could have went in the house, sat on the couch with other boys and watched TV. You know, how did they know?
I think Summer was lured to the end of the driveway.
I don't think so. I think this is all going to lead back. The investigation is going to lead back to the parents, and that's
your opinion.
My opinion is that's where they need to concentrate. My opinion, of course. I don't have any firsthand knowledge of it. Well, I mean, so what? It's just all still, though. How would you know that she was in the basement? How would you know that? If she just came in from being outside and her brothers were upstairs watching TV, how would you know to go to the basement to get her? And then if nobody heard it, no dogs barked, the mother was gone for 2 minutes, I don't go for it myself. I just think it's way too much. I mean, my dog barks at me if she doesn't know who I am until I get like 15 feet from her, or she either smells me or sees me. I mean, that she barks at me.
She smelled you the other day when you were on the other end of the football field. Do you smell bad? I'm kidding.
But she, you know, the dogs bark. Dogs bark even at me. They bark at other dogs. Like Dana said, they bark at other dogs on TV.
Maggie started jumping up and biting at the TV.
Yeah, biting at the TV and everything. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, we call them burglar alarms for a reason. Hey, Repu.
I tell you what.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I tell you what I would love to do is I would love to go back to the RV and let me get that thing and set up a time lapse. But I don't know if I got a good place for it. I guess I'd heal. I could set up a time lapse. But if we stay here long enough, I'll go out there and set up a time lapse. But I don't think we'll be here at 9:30. It's 45 minutes. I might get a little hungry before then.
You're talking to
Okay.
me. I'll start driving. You're
No,
on, so I'll start
I don't know
driving.
that we can stay in driving.
Well,
It's
you're
doing
on this.
something. The screen's doing kind of weird things to my face,
Well,
even right now.
here, let me smack you on the face and see if that helps. Give you a little.
But it's all stuff to think about, and I'm sure that the police and FBI have already thought about that. There's a lot more smarter people than me out there investigating it. One thing though I want to say is that a lot of people, when we talked about the other day, is what if she had a near drowning when she was swimming, and that see that airplane?
Yeah, put your seatbelt on so to put down.
What if she had a near drowning when she was swimming, and that her parents didn't carry her to the doctor, and maybe something happened to her, and she ended up dying of a secondary drowning or a dry drowning,
And they freaked out.
and they freaked out and did something with her. You know, I think that's entirely possible. I think that's entirely possible for something to happen by accident. By accident. We're not saying that they meant to do it, but I still get back to the one statement that the mother said, that it smothered me. That to me,
Smothers me.
no, she didn't say it. She said it smothers me or something like that. That to me is a Freudian slip, and really, really, really brought attention to me. Like I said, I've never heard anybody say that before.
Well, it brought
In a
attention
conversation,
to everybody because watching the stuff watching the other YouTubers report on this, everyone has said
Everybody says the same thing.
Was such a strange use of words.
Yeah, and they're listening. They're not so stupid that they're not listening to everybody out here on YouTube, and they are changing the way they talk to people. They said, and he said the word was, and said, I've got to quit using the past tense because everybody says that that's a way of using the past tense words. But I just think smothers is, by somebody saying that, to me, that was a big, it was just a sign to me. It was. Yeah, it was. And why would a mother say that? That's correct. Why would a mother say that?
I can't read.
Yeah, Dina's driving right now. She can't read. But and you think about, she was barefooted, and somebody to be barefooted and out on her own, I don't think she would lure down the driveway. I don't think, driveway goes a long way down there. And if what would lure her down a driveway? A 5-year-old too. I think it's just a lot of red flags, big time red flags. And if I think that, and I'm sure the police are saying, hey, if you want to talk to media, talk to them, because the more you talk out here, the more you're going to make mistakes, and the more you're going to.
How many more mistakes the story has changed and changed and changed. We've heard 4 different stories about the haircut, and there's been several stories about what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that I don't know. I just think that there's your ice cream shop. I just think that it is a lot of different stories, and I think that when the police come down to it, you're going to see you're going to see an arrest. And I think it's going to be, to me, I think it's going to be somebody close to home. You got to understand this too, though. Do you know how hard it is to arrest someone for a crime when you don't have a witness,
And you don't have a body.
you don't have a body, and you don't have a confession or something that leads you back to that person? I mean, look at Barry Morphew. There was almost a year to the date that he was arrested, and a lot of stuff was discussed, and he talked to the media several times, and I think in the end that hurt him, not helped him. You know, in the Morphew case, with the crimes that he was charged with, I still go back, and I could be wrong on this, and I probably am wrong, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I believe when they have found some of the remains, that is my feeling on that, because of what he's charged with.
I agree.
That I believe that either that first house that they took the foundation up, and they sifted through that stuff. I believe somewhere they have found some remains, and that's why he was charged with what he was charged with. And you know, that may be why they sealed the arrest affidavit, because they don't want the family to know exactly what he did yet, for whatever reason. I don't, that to me, that's kind of a weird situation, why they would seal that arrest affidavit to shield the daughters from it. You know, because there's tons of daughters and sons out here that hear and see worse than that when their family members have been arrested. So it's kind of weird. Thanks everybody for coming tonight, and I'm gonna call it right now. We're driving the car, and it's kind of distracting, and
you afraid I'm gonna hit somebody?
You could hit somebody. And did you see this out of here too? I'm talking right here. I'm gonna tell you, there's a big ship right here. If I could, I don't know if I can show it to you because I have to turn it around. And there's a sailboat parked out there. Somebody apparently is on it. A friend of mine had one just like that boat too. Keith used to have a boat just like that. But it's a big sailboat. Apparently they're sailing around, staying on their sailboat. But there's a big ship. I'm gonna turn this around to see if y'all can see this. As we pass it, those are at Dry Dock.
City of Milwaukee.
You can actually go take a tour of that. But Medina's got a little bit of claustrophobia, so she doesn't want to do that.
No, I have a lot of claustrophobia. I have found out.
She has found out.
Did they see the ship?
Did y'all see the ship? Was I able to turn it around where y'all can see that? It's a car ferry that's out of commission, and it's got a Coast Guard ship right beside it. And I wish the Coast Guard ship, I don't know if the Coast Guard ship is out of commission or not, because that would be something to see for sure. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it with you tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're not on but 2 days a week right now, because we are traveling, and it's just super hard to get internet at every location. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
But if something comes up,
we will hop in if we have internet. But we would invite you to please come by our other channel, the #1 Million Mile Road Trip, and join along with us. We love you too.
And I'd love to share some bumbleberry pie with y'all.
Yeah, hey, and if you're close, holler at us. Come on by. We will get together for sure. And so we'll see you next week. We love you guys, and y'all keep in touch. And I'm gonna play you a short video of Maggie. Good night.
So I had to take Maggie to the doctor today. She has a urinary tract infection they're treating her for. The doctor said she's fat. Look at how she eats. Laying down. Lazy pup.